Look forward to this every week around this time every Thursday. We try and talk to the great Mr. Skin at MrSkin.com. It is one of the premier sites on the WWW. And Skin, you know I'm all over this site, but I understand you've got some big news for yourself today. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. I'm very excited. I'm going to the inaugural Field of Dreams game, which is between the White Sox and the Yankees. They only have 8,000 tickets, and I was a big fan of the movie. You know, the motto of that movie was, if you build it, they will come, which was the same for my website back in 1999.
Very good. Very nice.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm very excited to
so,
go.
Skin,
and,
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So the Field of Dreams field, where exactly is this field?
Dyersville, Iowa. So I have to fly into Dubuque, and then it's like a 35-minute car ride.
Oh, Jesus.
I
think
know,
I'd be
but
passing
listen,
on that.
You have no idea. I know, but you have no idea how tough this ticket is. Like, think of this. It's never been done before. It's Field of Dreams.
Right.
There's 8,000 seats, and it's New York and Chicago. So could you imagine how tough that ticket would be?
Now,
they're scalping them for like $2,500 a ticket.
Oh, I'd be standing outside that field scalping them for $2,500.
So they did a weird thing where they didn't, even though if you knew you were going, they wouldn't send you your tickets, because everything's electronic now. They wouldn't send you your tickets because they wanted to discourage scalping. So I literally got my tickets yesterday. You know,
Skin, let me ask you this. Who are you taking to the game with you?
My son, who's a big baseball fan.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
So maybe we'll have a catch, because it's right next. They built it right next to where they filmed Field of Dreams. So literally, like, it's a stone's throw. They built the field next to the actual field for the movie, which is pretty cool.
All right, Skin, I understand you have breaking nudes this week. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, it's just interesting. You guys know who Helen Hunt is from Mad About You, and she was, in the 90s, that was one of the most popular shows on television with her and Paul Reiser, and actually, it's weird, this came out of nowhere, and she's actually done some crazy nudity. She did a movie called The Sessions a couple years ago where she went full frontal, which I couldn't believe, and she was nude even before she did Mad About You, but she's in this new Star show called Blind Spotting, and in the 8th episode this week, she flashed breasts, which put her into an incredible category of actresses that have been nude in 4 different decades. She did stuff in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and now 2020. So it's pretty cool. And I can tell you this scene will give you a riser if you check it out. It's, the 8th episode of Blind Spotting on the Stars Network, she flashes someone. And just kind of crazy. Someone you didn't think would do nudity back in the day now, as she's gotten older, is doing more and more graphic nudity. It's pretty crazy.
4 decades of nudity from Helen Hunt. Now, what other actresses?
I was going to tell you, the record is Helen Mirren, 6 decades. It's like the record that'll never be broken. So she was in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s.
Now, let me ask you this: who is in the 4-decade club with Helen Hunt?
Susan Sarandon is in that, and there's. It's not a lot, but there are some. Like, imagine there's not a lot 4-decaders, but Helen Mirren's a 6-decader, which is incredible.
But the 4-decader is kind of like hitting 500 home runs in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, very good. Very good. And think of this. If somehow, some way, Helen Mirren could sneak in a 2020 news scene, think of that. That'd be incredible.
7 decades.
Yeah, a 7-decader.
Right. Now, what other nude should we be looking out for this week?
Well, we did something in our website that anyone could check out that I think you'd enjoy, which is the best nude scenes so far this year, the top 10. And obviously at the end of the year, I'll get in way more detail with you guys on this when we have the top 10 of the full year. But there's already been some incredible, we're a little past halfway point, and I think the big one that everyone's excited about, and I think Shasta knows about this show, but I know a lot of women are really into this Sex Life from Netflix, which is a show about a woman played by Sarah Shahi who she's in the suburbs now. She's a mom, but she's kind of reflecting back on her kind of wild life of the, previous decades when she was younger. And I got to tell you, I hear about it all the time. I'll be at dinner, and like these women are like, "Oh my God, have you seen, Sex Life?" It's, it's kind of like mom porn, like, yeah, pretty cool. So, by the way, that so far to us, the Sarah Shahi nudity in that has been the best, but there's been obviously a ton of other great things, and we have a top 10 scenes of 2021 so far to check out, but there's still more to come, and we'll all be excited about that.
So out of the top scenes from 2021, what is the number one scene so far, in your opinion?
Well, right now we've called it Sarah Shahi and Sex Life.
Yeah,
is what we're calling our best. But you could totally argue for Julia Fox PVT Chat. You could there was an amazing Annalyn McCord in Power Book 3. So until the end of the year, I'm not going to officially announce it, but these are just the 10 of our favorites so far this year.
There you go, the great Mr. Skin. Skin, have a great time sitting in a cornfield with your son.
What's the last thing you'd want to do today?
Oh, exactly. What's the temperature going to be while you sit in a cornfield?
88 degrees. So,
and it's going to be humid, too.
I'll wear a wife beater in your honor. Yeah.
There you go. Have a good time, Skin.
See you guys.
Okay, there you go. The great Mr. Skin, MrSkin.com.